Emiru, crybullies, and ShoeOnHead. Should really go without saying that the Emiru sort of take that she has about ICE has certainly garnered quite a bit of attention, and I can certainly say that this is the case also for myself. A lot of people got very, very mad about the fact that I, with the quite sensible take of Emiru's position, saying what she is overall saying about you not having to take away the positions one for one of that of a political streamer, you should definitely go touch some fucking grass. I do not disagree with that sentiment. However, the problem that I have with a take like that is that she's specifically talking about ICE. Now ICE, that quote-unquote institution, where essentially it, on like a normal day, is consistently breaking about 4 different amendments of the Constitution, right? If we are making an argument here about civil liberties, it does not matter what you have to say. You are, period, end of story, wrong. Multiple amendments of the Constitution has been broken consistently by this institution. And courts have found it such that they have been breaking multiple amendments of the Constitution. This is not a debate. This is not a wish-washy sort of appeal or whatever. This is a fact. Period. End of story. Debating civil liberties and human rights is not a matter of having questions or what have you with these sniveling dipshits, mostly the chuds. This is not a matter of debate. This is a matter of what is on the ground and what is a fact. And it is a fact that consistently ICE has been consistently breaking multiple amendments of the Constitution and has a very, very low approval rating and a very high disapproval rating. Nearly 2/3 of Americans say ICE has gone too far in immigration crackdown. In a PBS NPR Marcet poll, about 6 in 10 Americans disapprove of what ICE is doing, while 3 in 10 approve, aka Trump supporters. Opinions about the agency and its actions are sharply divided along political lines, with around 91% of Democrats and 66% of independents registering their disapproval. These are disastrous numbers here, mostly the 66% of independents. You need independents if you want to be able to win elections, whether you fucking like it or not, Asmongold viewers. It's so bad that even 27% of Republicans also disapprove of the actions of ICE. Unheard of. Yes, they are still overall very, very fucking supportive, right? Obviously. But the fact that even, and I would assume it's probably more moderate parts of the Republican Party, quote-unquote a Republican Party that wants to have, like, I guess, a return to Reaganism, I guess, for lack of a better term, are also having massive disapprovals of ICE's actions is quite insane. Quite insane. And not insignificant whatsoever. But given all of that, Asmongold viewers and conservatives in general, every sort of like chud-leaning and associated VTuber who loves to react to every single fucking ShoeOnHead video will all come away with the general consensus of, oh, I guess the left is quote-unquote cult of the fucking crybullies. Incredibly fucking insane for ShoeOnHead to say something like this, where basically most of the people who are, broadly speaking, criticizing Emiru's position as being rather fence-city is not exactly inaccurate. Again, and we have some fucking evidence and some proof of this. This is her head mod right here, who is an Asmongold mod. She received 65 raids last year from Asmongold alone. From Asmongold. It is fairly obvious that the reason why she had the take that she did was basically to make sure she doesn't rock the boat too much with the people who clearly bred her or butter her fucking bread, and that is a significant amount of Asmongold fucking viewership. Period. End of story. Right? That is fucking obvious. You can, I don't know, call me a fucking crybully if you want, but the only reason why ShoeOnHead seemingly has this take to begin with is because A, and I'm going to be a little misogynistic here, we do a little bit of misogyny here, just a little bit. Her husband is a far-right fucking dipshit, right? And seemingly for whatever reason, ShoeOnHead likes to adopt the positions that her husband has. I mean, it goes perfectly well with her trad bimbo aesthetic that she herself has said that she has. So, okay, very, very good, ShoeOnHead. And for whatever reason, the second bit in all of this, for ShoeOnHead, the reason why she also says and has a big problem with the quote-unquote crybullies in the left is because of her take, how many years ago at this point? Like 2 or 3 years ago, about the kink at Pride fucking discourse that she started herself during Pride of around, I think, 2023, with the whole Balenciaga sort of drama, right? Which was, again, a conspiracy theory ginned up by ShoeOnHead herself. And obviously a lot of queer people, who tend to be on the left, were understandably pretty fucking pissed about this. Because all that it was, with that Balenciaga shoot, was just sussy. It's just weird. Period. End of story. Does that mean that Balenciaga was quote-unquote fucking pushing a pedophilic fucking narrative? No. It's just weird, right? Doesn't necessarily mean anything whatsoever. But ShoeOnHead basically ginned up this cancel mob, for lack of a better term, and had to make all the discourse around Pride be about kink at Pride, which, again, should be fairly simple. Kink, broadly speaking, at Pride is not going to be openly shown at, like, the main sort of Pride festivals where there are going to be children more than likely present there. The only one instance these motherfuckers point to is at the Folsom Pride Festival, which is explicitly an adult-only festival. The fact that there was a parent who brought her fucking kid there to a kink event is the fault of the fucking parent. That is the parent in that instance being irresponsible, not the fucking organizers of the Folsom Pride event, which is explicitly about fucking kink, being the sort of like main sort of responsible actors there. And it's just like, dog, we make it clear that this is 18 plus and you're bringing your fucking kid here. What the fuck are we supposed to do? And they have this one screenshot to point to. See, all the queers, all about projecting their sort of like weird fucking kinks and fascinations upon children. It's just like, no, that's just a one-off fucking thing from an irresponsible fucking parent. Stupid. It means fucking nothing. Pride events, generally speaking, are a bunch of people walking around with a bunch of fucking flags celebrating, well, their fucking pride. That's literally it. Pretty plain, pretty fucking simple, and it's open to all ages. But this motherfucker, ShoeOnHead, because she had a bunch of far-right weirdos following with her, specifically one weird far-right pundit who follows her, who talked with her quite a lot, and guess what? She very often had very, very open rapport with a lot of fucking far-righters, which guess what? Problem with that. As she herself has said, it's like, I believe in a lot of left-wing populist ideas, but a lot of right-wing fucking social sort of issues. With her, like, system of quote-unquote shoesalism. I have bad news for you, Shoe. You know what that's called? Being a fucking Nazbol. Very fucking simple, okay? Because the Nazbols also thought the exact same way. And guess what happened to all the Nazbols when the Nazis took over? They all got killed, Shoe. So the fact that your ideology of shoesalism is rather fucking similar to that of Nazbols may put people on a bit of an alarm. Understandably so. Because it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about, girl? Like, have less bimbo and just do some more reading and stop being like extremely fucking stupid for no reason, or just like watch a couple of fucking videos here that explains a bunch of stuff for whatever reason. If I don't know, like, you can't do some like, I don't know, looking at a pamphlet for fuck's sake. Anywho, preamble aside, because it's been a bit of a long preamble here, what do we have here specifically about Shoe talking about the cult of the crybullies?
Hello friends, and welcome to another Another episode of What the Hell is Going On with your host, Ugly Belle Delphine. Now, before you ask, yes, there is an Epstein Files video coming out. I feel like everyone has like streamer brain nowadays, and like every fucking video has to be breaking news in order to get the most views. But I'm taking my time with it. I'm sure you understand there is a lot happening.
You know, with this anti-Semitic culture right now, she voted against a resolution condemning.
Oh,
Israel. Want to be clear.
do you want to go there, Attorney General? Do you want to go there? Are you serious?
I'm surprised that she's specifically putting this clip here and not the one with the Dow. Okay, what? I mean, this was either way really fucking stupid and bad of Pam Bondi, and that whole hearing was like Pam Bondi's like really pathetic attempt at just trying to aura farm.
Your country, sir. Anyway, let's just forget about these satanic billionaire pedophiles.
Yeah, okay, Shoe. Like, listen, I get it. You want to do a little bit of fucking Zog posting. Okay, Shoe.
Running the world. And let's talk about some internet drama, shall we? Because that is what's really important. For a little over a decade now, the most inane things can get you called a racist or a Nazi on the internet. To the point where these words hold little to no meaning anymore. It's so bad that when someone is called a racist or a Nazi online, I'm immediately like, oh, what funny joke did they tell? But ladies and gentlemen, we have officially come to the point. We're not saying anything.
I don't know, let's be honest here. Given the fact that Twitter seems to be populated with a lot of fucking Nazis after Elon Musk's takeover of like constant Sonnenrad Funk edits, I think it's rather accurate that people get called Nazi very, very often. And the fact that they were kept away, generally speaking, from people calling out Nazis. Now, were a bunch of Volkskolds, which were a minority of a minority, very fucking annoying about it sometimes? Yeah, sure. I don't disagree with that. But again, the problem with ShoeOnHead specifically is that she will very often run cover for right-wingers by generalizing. Very, very, very fucking often. And that's the biggest problem that the left has with her.
Also makes you a racist Nazi. For the few of you watching this channel who are employed, there's a very popular Twitch streamer named Emiru. She's a cosplayer, just kind of a fun, chill, normie video game streamer. Well, the other day, someone in her chat asked her opinion about ICE, and this is what she had to say.
Like, there's a certain extent.
Shoe, we have to be rather specific. Now, Shoe is already obfuscating here a little bit. This wasn't a someone. This was her head fucking moderator. How can we tell specifically? The hammer symbol right here. ShoeOnHead doing a little bit of obfuscation already? Shocker, I know. This is her head fucking moderator, who is also, an Asmongold mod, who is pro-ICE. Well, that's a little interesting. Now, I've already mentioned the associations that Emiru specifically has with, Asmongold. She gets raids from him all the time. They used to collaborate all the time together. They had a podcast together, and then obviously it fell apart because of fucking Tectone being a rapist. Yeah, well, what can you do? Shoe, this isn't just a someone. This is her head moderator, or one of her head fucking moderators. This is a pretty important person in terms of, I suppose, Emiru's sort of, like, little orbit or something. Or stream? Not orbit. Stream, let's just say. So what are your thoughts on ICE, Hasan at Emiru? Does an emote, like a laughing emote? It's so dumb. Like, what does a streamer saying fuck ICE validate? I've already talked about this before. If you are in a community and the head of that community, that being the streamer or whatever, and you're like, say, a person who could be very easily targeted by ICE, you will feel like you're not being seen or really heard. Parasociality is an incredibly powerful thing. Just like how this Alley Kitty individual has a parasocial attachment to all of Asmongold's mentally ill, stupid fucking takes that he basically gets from his subreddit and his timeline, and because of his quote-unquote understanding of human psychology. Should go without much saying whatsoever why that is incredibly fucking stupid, but I digress. And you know, just blatantly fucking anti-intellectual. But again, I digress. Being a minority in a rather scary time where you can just get grabbed at any point in time, your civil liberties completely fucking violated, your constitutional rights completely fucking invalidated, just because some schizophrenic, moronic dipshit decides to, like, grab you off the street because your skin is a little too fucking brown, is fucking terrifying, right? Yeah, 1000%. I wouldn't blame you there, Boy Meets Mini. Like, you have to deal with CBP when you are coming through the terminal, and guess what? I've seen what you look like, Boy Meets Mini. You look very, very fucking Hispanic. Because, again, since we're talking about all of these basically, like, complete morons with CBP or ICE or what have you, in the Supreme Court has basically given a carte blanche, let's just say, carte blanche, sort of, like, racial profiling ruling, I guess, for lack of a better term. Let's just say ruling, to basically just racially profile whoever the fuck they want. It makes sense why a lot of people are afraid. And if you're in a community that is supportive of ICE and you're a part of that minority, you're going to be pretty afraid. And you're going to feel rather isolated. And you're just like, oh, fuck, man, I thought I'd be safe in, like, this community or whatever. But, like, no one's saying anything about ICE. Like, no one's really validating my fucking feelings in all of this. And again, like, I've said before, fuck ICE at this point is, broadly speaking, very, very popular amongst Americans and is a majority position amongst Americans. This isn't some, like, weird minority position that this, I don't know, fucking dipshit over here seems to think that it is. It is a majority position. Don't fucking let all the, like, really loud, annoying freaks in Asmongold's community, broadly speaking, just, I don't know, lead you astray. Fuck ICE is, broadly speaking, an incredibly popular position amongst Americans. And for very, very fucking good reasons.
That where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators to, like, say their opinions on, like, important topics. I get that, right? But it's like, if you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet. In a world where it seems like every single...
Okay, again, like I've mentioned before, Emiru is not wrong with this take. There's a big however. We are talking specifically about ICE and civil liberties, where there is not a fucking debate. The American people have made it rather fucking clear. Fuck ICE. They keep getting away with violations of multiple amendments of the fucking Constitution and destructions of civil liberties. And people are not particularly happy about that, Shoe. Yet for some reason, you seem to be perfectly okay with doing a little song and dance, validating the sort of grifters' positions on all of this for some fucking reason.
Single celebrity is just screaming their political takes completely unprompted. This was a refreshing thing to hear. Seems like a pretty sane, rational, inoffensive thing to say, right?
Also, why are you complaining about fucking celebrities screaming their political takes when they have just not been doing that? So, like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shoe. Also, that's a really good point there, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, most of Asmon's audience will not be affected by this. I assume also Shoe's audience. So, yeah, they're all going to agree inherently with Emiru.
It's wrong. This short little clip where she ironically tried to avoid controversy ended up being one of the most controversial dramas this year. I feel like decades worth of news has happened in the past, like, 2 months, don't you? Every day there's like a breaking story of the most insane shit you've ever heard in your life. And everyone is expected to have a fully formed opinion on every single breaking story. There's pressure to react, to pick a side, to condemn, to defend. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're usually not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using today's sponsor, Ground News.
Ground News. Thank you. Yeah, Ground News, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, ShoeOnHead.
Right here, or click the Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, for not skipping the ad as always.
Sorry.
Right. And now let's get back to the video.
Caught!
In this video, we are going to talk about the drama surrounding Emiru, the people trying to cancel her, the mistake the left is making by embracing cancel culture again. We're gonna read some insane, hilarious tweets, of course.
Sorry, ShoeOnHead. Woke 2 is here, and cancel culture's more alive than ever. Because let's be honest here, Shoe. Given the fact that there are way too many fucking far-right freaks who keep espousing all of their blatantly ridiculous fucking opinions and neo-Nazi fucking opinions, I think it might be time to start cracking down on some of these motherfuckers. Like, let's be quite honest here, right? Like, generally speaking, yeah, I am for free speech and all of that. But free speech, if allowed to have all these neo-Nazis fucking fester and infest these fucking spaces, will make it such that free speech is impossible, right? We have gone over all of the quote-unquote free speech platforms that have existed in the past. Gab, 8chan, and all of these other, like, free speech platforms. There's, like, the two main examples that I come up with. There's another one as well. I think it was run by, like, Candace Owens' husband. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. What happened to all of these quote-unquote free speech platforms? Should be rather fucking obvious. Very, very, very obvious. they become essentially dens of bots, basically like sex bots, like sex robots or all this fucking bullshit. Porn ads are basically everywhere. CP is basically fucking everywhere, and neo-Nazis are all over the place. This makes it such that free speech and free discussion is impossible. You can't like have a discussion whatsoever. And guess what is a perfect example of that? Twitter. Neo-Nazis and fucking robots are literally all over the place, even though Elon Musk said he would try to do something about that. Whoa! He just fucking lied about that.
And then we will talk about my personal experience with these people. And what do I mean by these people? I mean the cult of the crybullies.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry if I sound even more like a prepubescent boy in this video. I am a little
Again, the only reason why ShoeOnHead has a problem with the cult of the crybullies is because, again, she herself feels like, because ShoeOnHead very often operates on a lot of fucking vibes, but the reason why she's specifically affected by the cult of the crybullies herself is purely because of her fucking Balenciaga take, when people correctly fucking criticized her for basically sensationalizing. That's the term I'm looking for. Sensationalized the whole like sussy Balenciaga the photo shoot that they did with. It was like a bear in some kink gear, a stuffed bear with like a child holding it, or with the bear, and there's like also some Supreme Court paper documents specifically around, I think, and it was old Supreme Court documents with something to do with CP, I think. I don't remember 100% for certain. It's been a while, right, since this whole thing. ShoeOnHead basically said that, over-sensationalized, and said it was like Balenciaga pushing, I don't know, like kink to fucking children, when that's not what was happening, right? It was suspicious. It was fucking weird. You can just literally just say that, and it's just like, okay, this is weird. Balenciaga, why are you doing this? That's the fucking take. But ShoeOnHead thought there was like some other ulterior motive that Balenciaga was basically pushing. That is the problem that people were having with her.
A bit sick, but I am here, slaving over a hot laptop for you. If you guys saw my last video, you know I am quite critical of ICE. I don't think we should abolish them, of course, but I think it is good and healthy to criticize your government.
Well, she calls herself on the fucking left, and you don't want to abolish ICE. Okay, dude. Nice fucking meme. People wonder why she's not a part of the left anymore. Yeah, I mean, that's like... I mean, if you... Given the fact that it is so popular amongst not just the left, but even normie liberals at this point, abolish ICE is just, like, the normal fucking position. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it is an institution, fundamentally, that is broken. Out of its onset. Like, this is in-fucking-credible, dude. Yeah, that's a great point, Boy Meets Minnie. Yeah, this is like saying criticize the Indian government, just don't do anything about the RSS. Yeah, you should definitely criticize the fucking Trump administration, but don't do anything about their paramilitary wing. But, okay, bro.
I am a political culture war commentator. I talk about political topics often. People come to me to hear my political opinions. But not everybody wants to be a political YouTuber or streamer. And not everybody wants to listen to a political YouTuber or streamer. Sometimes we just want to have fun and talk about other things. There are lots of other things to talk about. Sometimes we want to look at funny memes or watch funny videos without having politics shoved down our throat. So a lot of people thought it was really refreshing when it...
Sorry, ShoeOnHead. Unfortunately, politics is very stupid, but very important. And unfortunately, a lot of fucking things are going to be, again, to be silent on a particular sort of position, which is, again, majority position amongst Americans, is... also making a political stance, right? That's just, it is what it fucking is, right? I've said this whole thing before. If Emiru just didn't address anything that her head mod brought up, which you didn't specify, of course, then she would have been fine, like, or more fine. Like, whatever. Like, no one would have noticed that it was some Asmongold mod who basically asked her about ICE and saying like, oh, why should streamers validate the position of fuck ICE? I mean, besides the fact that most Americans fucking hate ICE, not to mention the vast majority of the people in her orbit also have said fuck ICE. So again, Cinna, who she has often collaborated with, said fuck ICE.
ICE. Okay, but unironically though, fuck them. Straight up. Hey, fuck them. Yeah, it's fuck them, don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's fuck you too. You know what I mean?
Wow, this seems very, very difficult. I mean, if I don't know, if Emiru didn't have such a problem with that, then whoa, crazy. Then she could have just said that and said, oh yeah, fuck ICE, they're kind of shit. She did a follow-up statement which was very, very like PR oriented, right? And she also was condemning Valkyrae and Tectone because she didn't say anything about Valkyrae and fucking Tectone as well, trying to avoid that as well. But unfortunately, like, those are people that are very close to your orbit and you have associated with them a lot. You kind of have to say something eventually because people are going to start asking questions at some point in time. That's just, it is what it is. You're in a public environment, and that's just how it fucking works, whether you fucking like it or not. And Emiru's sort of like position on ICE that she had in was like, it was fine. It was very PR oriented, and it was like, whatever. Nothing really there to sort of criticize. She said in so many words that ICE is pretty fucking bad, actually, guys. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. Moving on with our lives. The problem that people had initially with the take is just like, dog, why the fuck are you saying this? And then everyone was just like, oh, because she has had a bunch of associations with Asmongold and his fucking orbit for a very long time, and she doesn't want to risk that by saying, yeah, ICE is actually just kind of bad guys. They're not great. Like, she doesn't have to say fuck ICE. She can just say, like, actually, they're kind of shit. Because, again, we're talking about people with, like people's civil liberties here, specifically.
I mean, hey, it's fuck you too. That is that simple. It's really that easy for me. I'm telling you right now.
True. Very, very easy. Again, here, Valkyrae also said, fuck ICE, fuck this genocide, fuck pedos, fuck animal abuse, free Palestine, and congrats, Jason, for hitting 100k subs. I have no idea who the Jason the Ween? Okay, cool, whatever. Here, QTCinderella also said she's against ICE and would give fuck ICE stickers to viewers. Very cool. These are all people, again, broadly speaking, within Emiru's orbit, who have about as much prominence as fucking Asmongold. But again, Asmongold, who's probably got about a quarter, if not half of his viewers botted consistently, well, she doesn't want to risk the sort of associations that she has there, which is why she has the take that she has.
Where is it? Frick! Oh my gosh, I didn't even take a screenshot. Okay, it's fine. She made an incredible drawing of a bird destroying a piece of ice that says fuck ICE, and I am commissioning 500 stickers of that bird.
Many stickers.
I am going to be posting a link in my Discord as soon as I have the stickers confirmed and printed.
Guess who had a big problem with this take? Oh, Asmongold. He had a big problem with this take, saying that QTCinderella is a virtue signaling bitch. Really? Is what 2/3 of Americans saying Asmongold for just a bunch of fucking virtue signaling? I'm just saying.
From I Paint Burbs, and in those 500 stickers, I'm going to put a link in our Discord where you can essentially sign up and get a free sticker, because I want you guys to have free stickers that say that. So I think...
Sorry, Daho. Unfortunately, she does a show with Hasan Abi, Hank Pecker, Hamas Piker, whatever. So therefore, all of her opinions are automatically invalidated because she's been inherently corrupted by Hank Pecker. Yeah.
I think that's awesome, and I think it's important, and also I Paint Burbs, a percentage of the... She's also going to sell the stickers, but a percentage of the stickers are going to... let me see what she said.
Support families that are torn apart by ICE.
Percentage
Two
of
claps.
the stickers are going to support families that are being torn apart by ICE.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am...
Now listen, I've mostly been fixating on people who may be slightly more like liberal progressive on the left or whatever, blah, 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 blah. I'm assuming probably QT has gone more to the left as a byproduct of approximation to Hasan, blah, 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 yeah? Here, MoistCritikal, 18 million subscriber YouTuber. Yeah, he has also said, in so many words, fuck ICE. His video, let's just say, of this should make you very angry, and this is just him making fun of Chris, which, you should make fun of. You should always make fun of fucking Chris Nome. Is basically saying, like, the fact that ICE has violated his Second Amendment rights of Alex Peretti, who was legally allowed to fucking carry a firearm, has a license to carry a fucking firearm, and ICE just basically decided to disregard that and just grab the fucking firearm, and then after that shooting him 10 times in the fucking back while he was completely restricted by a bunch of ICE officers where they could have caused a friendly fire incident, should make you incredibly fucking pissed. Like I have said before, ICE has been violating about 4 different amendments of the Constitution with its actions every fucking day. The 1st, the 2nd, the 4th, and the 8th. This is why people don't like exactly what fucking Emiru said, ShoeOnHead. Because the American people have made it rather clear. Fuck ICE.
Cosplay streamer was basically like, I don't want to talk about politics. Why are you coming to me for politics? It was a perfectly sane, rational opinion. So of course, like, half the internet had a problem with it. It's just not that hard to say f ICE. It's really not that hard to say f ICE, to be honest. It's so hard to just say f ICE. It's really not hard to say f ICE. Jesus Christ, how hard is it to just say f ICE? How hard is it to just say f ICE? How hard is it to just say f ICE and move on? Oh my god. Just say f ICE. It's not hard. Is it so hard to just say the line? Say the line. Say it! Jesus Christ, like, at this point, even if Emiru...
So of course, this is why specifically ShoeOnHead is going to have a problem with this. Because she thinks that people are being inherently coercive and say the line, Bart. It's like, that's not... Again, we are talking about an institution that is, broadly speaking, very unpopular and is consistently violating civil liberties of people. There is no debate. Everyone should be hating ICE. The only reason why anyone has an approval rating of ICE, or approves of ICE, is because they're either a bunch of contrarians or brainwashed cultist fucking weirdos. And I guess she was going to try to rationalize those fucking positions.
Did want to, like, abolish ICE, even if she really did think ICE. She shouldn't say it. Like, I wouldn't say it at this point, because this is just, like, this is creepy. This is like a horde of zombies.
No, Shoo, it's because you appeal to right-wingers now. That's why you're not going to say abolish ICE. I'm just... Okay, I'm a little curious. I just want to take a look. What's the fucking like to dislike ratio specifically on that fucking ICE... video specifically? I just want to get a fucking vibe. I just want to get a little bit of a vibe. I want a vibe. I just want a vibe. That's all I want. I want a little bit of a vibe. It's Indian internet theory. Jesus Christ. Okay. I just want a vibe. What the hell? Mostly people just fucking memeing about it. Are we having people who are having problems with this ICE sort of take specifically? Or was this, like, mostly just, like, an overview specifically of about a ton of different positions that have been going on, broadly speaking, right? Talked about Nicolas Maduro. Did she talk about ICE in here? I mean, she said in this video that she talks about ICE. I see Kyle Rittenhouse. Where's the blurb on ICE? Here, Renee Nicole Good. I see here. Alright. Just a vibe check.
Saying to you, just forget them. Just forget them, it's not worth it. Coming out with us instead. But those friends are on crack. Those friends are on crack cocaine. But this Minneapolis fraud thing is looking pretty bad for Tim Walz and the Democrats. People aren't just gonna forget about this. And an ICE officer just shot a woman in the face in Minneapolis. You can hear the...
Okay, I guess she decided to listen to the fucking schizophrenia of fucking Nick Shirley, who basically added absolutely nothing to the fraud investigation of Minneapolis, which, under Joe Biden, there was an investigation that already started about it. But okay, whatever.
The agents tell the woman to get out of the car and approach the SUV. The woman then drives forward. That's when the shots are fired, the car crashing.
As I was writing this video, an innocent woman was picking her kids up from school when an ICE officer jumped in front of her car and randomly shot her in the face. Or an angry protester was blocking the road and tried to run over an ICE officer with her car, so he shot in self-defense. Depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you voted, apparently. The way I see it, this woman was not trying to hit him. She was not trying to run him over. I think she was trying to drive away. And in an alternate universe, he dodges the car and she drives away. And it's easy to be like, oh, in hindsight, he should have done this, he should have done that. That's like so much of the discourse right now I'm seeing is just in hindsight this, in hindsight that. And it's easy for us to say in hindsight, you know, after the fact. It's easy to say he could have and should have.
I'm surprised, by the way, that ShoeOnHead is actually saying this, considering her fucking audience is filled with a lot of dipshit fucking goddamn right-wingers who basically will support ICE all the way. And we're saying that Renee Nicole Good got what she was, basically got what she was, got what was coming to her. There we go.
But all he saw was a car revving up and going towards him. This has been one of the most insane political Rorschach tests I've ever seen in my life. It really all comes down to how you view ICE and police officers in general. Many, not all, leftists view ICE as completely illegitimate. Same with the police, they want to abolish both. So you're not going to get a real unbiased conversation.
No, ShoeOnHead. Nobody on the left has said that they want to abolish the police. Unless you go to the... Because again, the main problem with ShoeOnHead is that seemingly she just gets all of her takes from online and on fucking Twitter. No, again, the position with abolish the police is just... specifically about reallocating more of a lot of the funds that police keep getting into other sort of locations like social workers, and basically saying that the police should not be a catch-all solution to every fucking goddamn problem. She's inherently lying about the left's position here.
With those people. Because why the f should a protester respect ICE in the first place? And many, not all, conservatives tend to be complete and utter fucking bootlickers, completely unable to criticize anything the police do. ICE can do no wrong.
Enlightened centrist, ShoeOnHead.
Real fast. This is extremely aggravating discourse, and you should be questioning anyone who takes a really firm, hard stance either way and like can't fathom how the other side is seeing what they are seeing. The first episode of
By the way, that's not the position that the left was having specifically about abolish ICE, was also trying to like correlate it to abolish the police. Two completely sort of different correlative factors. Also, Shoo, I thought you were on the left. You constantly say that you are on the left, yet you seem to have a big problem with one of the facts that, broadly speaking, amongst the Democratic constituency, normies, liberals, and leftists, they have all said, yeah, we need to get rid of ICE. Not rein them in, but abolish them. Again, it was what? 91% of Democrats have said that ICE has gone too far. Let me get the percentages on how many would want to abolish ICE. I'm just a little curious. Here, Shoo, you purport to be on the left, a representative, or like you basically purport to be, I don't know, on the left, and the general sort of side that more represents the left, although not really all that much, that is that of the fucking Democratic Party. 74% of Democrats, and that is all Democrats, whether they are normie libs, just libs, whatever, support abolishing ICE. In fact, you are a part of the minority here, specifically, Shoo. You are a part of that 21% who opposes abolishing ICE. When the Democratic constituency has made it rather fucking goddamn clear that they want to see this institution gone. But I guess ShoeOnHead thinks otherwise.
Old Hell Road series was actually all about police brutality. It was all about police brutality towards innocent protesters. I was a little more ACAB-y back then. I was a little more lived the f*** out back then. But hey, to be fair to me back then, that is what happens when you live in the sheltered suburbs of Long Island in your parents' basement versus having a kid and living in the city for 4 years. The police are a taxpayer-funded HR department for structural violence. They exist solely to protect the rights of private property. Yeah, we need more police. Police are good. Police are great. Give the police more guns. More guns. Give them more guns. Tanks even. My overall opinion is still...
Yeah, I guess ShoeOnHead is doing the whole quote-unquote thing where... Listen, I had a kid. I'm now trad, therefore, as a result. No, Shoo, it's just because you hang around fucking far-right people and you decided to adopt more far-right positions. That's literally it. I've pretty much gotten everything that I need out of this.
Is chasing after you. Hey, it's actually super easy to stream and have opinions. I'll show you. ICE, Donald Trump and everyone in his administration, Elon Musk, free Palestine, US is on stolen land built by stolen people, Luigi did nothing wrong, abortion is healthcare, leave trans people the f alone. These people literally just speak in bumper stickers, dude. Just like copy-pasting the internet leftist starter pack. What the hell am I...
Okay, and the right-wingers don't do the exact same thing, Shoo? But okay, bro. Like, nice meme.
Looking at...
Yeah, and you don't? Yeah, that's a great point there, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, look, hey, bitch. Uno fucking reverse card, you do the exact same shit.
I hate the Reddit ass, hey, it's super easy. It's crazy like 1,000 years ago, this dude's ancestors were hunting mammoths. And now he's on here like, Men should not be speaking like this. I'm sorry. We need another war. The post that really seemed to kick this all off was made by Denims, the self-described largest female streamer. Only because I don't stream, Denims. Only because I don't stream. Anyway, I don't have any like personal beef with Denims. This isn't like an own Denims video. We used to be kind of cool years ago.
Why am I pressing X to doubt?
But she apparently has some opinions on Emiru, so let's hear her out. Never thought I'd see the day we'd be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo. First of all, she's not fence-sitting, she's just...
No, she is explicitly fence-sitting. Like, period, end of story. And the reason why she is fence-sitting is because she wants to maintain that Asmongold audience that she has, right? Her opinion is not a great opinion, right? Her follow-up on this is a very, very, like, PR-oriented statement, right? Like, or she just could have simply put, ignored it. But the thing is given the fact that the American people, broadly speaking, do not approve of ICE, and are not and are more and more becoming favorable to the position of abolish ICE, it's not at 50% quite yet. Polling has said that it was about 46% approve of the abolition of ICE. More and more people, like, this is not just a very fringe position, this is becoming incredibly fucking mainstream, Shoe. So it's not like a fringe thing in particular. Like, this is fucking nonsense. Yeah, she could have just not mentioned this, but again, like, I do unironically believe that the way that this Asmongold mod dipshit basically asked this, essentially just completely fucking sabotaged whatever potential, like, take she could have had on this. And that's not necessarily Emiru's fault. It's the fault of the fact that this dude is in an environment filled with a bunch of far-right, pro-ICE fucking weirdos. Like I said before, in a vacuum, her take is fine. I don't disagree with the fucking take. In a vacuum. The problem is that we are talking specifically about ICE. And when it comes to ICE, because of multiple civil violations that they are doing, violations of civil liberties, and also multiple violations of the fucking Constitution, the moderate position is fuck ICE. The moderate position, well, almost moderate position, is to abolish that fucking quote-unquote institution. People fucking hate ICE because they are essentially just nothing more than just a Gestapo fucking freak force that are just going around and just kidnapping a bunch of people and just ignoring all their constitutional rights and civil fucking liberties. I watch plenty of normie streamers and don't bring up politics in their chats, but even they were like, yeah, this is fucking bad when ICE was invading Minnesota. Can I get a bunch of those takes, please, Boy Meets Mini? Zane, also, if you're still in chat, can give me all the normie streamer takes. I want all of these normie streamer takes that you may have saved who don't typically bring up politics saying, yeah, this is bad. Because listen, we already talked about a bunch of other normie streamers, or perhaps like left-leaning adjacent streamers, but one of the biggest fucking normie streamers, that of course being MoistCritikal, Charlie, has also said, fuck ICE. You should be upset with the fact that what ICE is doing is just period, end of story bad, and it's just violating multiple people's constitutional amendments. When it has essentially pierced the mainstream of the sort of like zeitgeist of American political thought, the normie sphere, where they look at everything that ICE is doing and they're just like, yeah, this is actually really bad. That should be a signal to you, Shoe, if you're a so-called fucking left-leaning populist, that it turns out the people have made it rather clear that they don't like ICE. But you're not a left-leaning populist anymore, are you, Shoe?
Choosing not to talk about politics. Like, in order to fence it, you actually have to say something. She didn't even say anything. Like, how do you even know what her opinion is?
Again, like, if you say nothing, that is also a stance, right? To say that you are okay with the current status quo, which is inherently fucking terrible as it is right now. That is also a stance, Shoe. In terms of like her quote-unquote having criticisms of both the right-left fucking political paradigm, it's very, very fucking interesting how ShoeOnHead will constantly just go ahead with the, I don't know, like horseshoe theory fucking takes, talking about how both the left and the right are so bad, but then continue to seemingly adopt the right-leaning fucking positions. That's a little interesting, isn't it? You met a mere European streamer recently who was terrified of what ICE was doing and said he doesn't want to move here anymore. Doesn't really fucking surprise me. I believe I've seen a VTuber, Canadian VTuber, Vexoria, I believe her name is Vexoria the Sun Eater. She also has said that she's canceling any like travel that she's doing specifically to America because of the fact that ICE is operating with complete fucking impunity. That's a Canadian who's fucking saying that, because there are also instances of Canadians being randomly detained and held by ICE for fucking 2 weeks. That is true and fucking happened. This institution should just be completely done away with. They are a bunch of far-right Gestapo little freaks.
Oh, modern Gestapo? Why is everything the fucking Holocaust? It's totally normal to criticize ICE. It's totally understandable to have issues with the things they are doing. But modern Gestapo? Don't you guys get tired of this shit? Like, don't you guys get tired of saying, like...
Shoo, they're racially profiling people. They racially fucking profile people. People, dude. Hello? Come on, bro. Fallout friend of mine who is one of the top modders on Nexus. Sorry, didn't you know that Nexus mods is actually woke, Boy Meets Mini? All he needed to do was take one step to the right to move from the car, but the motherfucker decided to commit murder instead. Oh, that seems rather fucking goddamn clear. Sorry, Boy Meets Mini. Like, she worked on with Bethesda and Starfield and everything. Sorry, Boy Meets Mini, this is a Blue Sky account, so therefore automatically invalid in the minds of these fucking freaks.
Like, isn't this exhausting after a while? Everything is Nazis, everything is a Holocaust, everyone is Hitler. It's like nothing else bad ever happened in history.
Shoo, do you not recognize that the Republican Party has gotten significantly worse during Trump's second administration? That they have become a post-liberal and an unironic fascist party? Yeah. Trump 1 was definitely proto-fascist, still liberal in many respects, with some kind of deference to institutional sort of power, right? They couldn't really do anything about that. But this time, that is not the fucking case. Who cares about the rule of law? Who cares about liberal institutions? Trump is willing to just, like, not give a flying fuck about any of that shit, and is willing to just completely throw all of it into the wind and just say, fuck it, we're just going to do fascism now. Like, unironically. And he's using ICE as an enforcement mechanism. Like, unironically, he has talked about wanting to use ICE as fucking poll watchers. Poll watchers, Shoo!
Like, what did they used to compare bad things to before World War II? Oh my god, you're literally Napoleon. Also, I love this. Racist chud. Like, where did the racism part, like, where did that come from? Listen, I don't get on camera and start talking about...
Listen, I think, like, what Denims said there is ridiculous, right? Like, sure, whatever. Like, is Emiru a racist chud? I've not really seen any evidence for that to be the case, okay? Whatever. Who the fuck cares? But the take that Emiru had was not particularly great, right? Like I've said before, in a vacuum, it's a fine take. Like, she's not wrong. The problem is, we're talking about ICE here, and the American people have made it rather clear that they are rather pissed off about this institution violating their civil liberties and multiple amendments to the Constitution.
Cars, or math, or taxes, or investing, or going outside, or the plenty of other things I don't know about. I sit here and talk about the gender war and the culture war because I'm good at those things, and that's what people watch me for. That is my lane, and I stay in it. Emiru likes what she's doing. Her audience...
I'm gonna be honest here. I mean... Okay, dude.
Likes what she's doing. There are plenty of other channels that will regurgitate your political takes back to you. Just turn on the TV. Turn on CNN. Most normal people are sick of...
That's not gonna be... Turn on fucking CNN. What the fuck are you talking about, Shoo? Hello? Yeah, dude. CNN. Known regurgitator of leftist fucking political talking points. CNN, dude. Jesus fucking Christ, man. Holy shit. Incredible, bro.
I'm tired of celebrities just, like, spewing their political takes completely unprompted. I don't care what...
They're, like, what celebrities have been spewing their fucking political takes? Is fuck ICE a political take? Damn, I didn't know that what 2/3 of Americans are saying is now a very, very controversial political take there, Shoo. Jesus Christ.
Glub Shido thinks of politics, okay? Why does Glub Shido have to get on stage and start talking about how we're on stolen land or some shit? Why do you need your political opinions thrown up into your mouth by a celebrity like a fucking baby bird? Like, do you really want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in your mouth?
I'm gonna be honest, like, this is fucking pathetic. And also, yes, a bunch of far-righters would want Sydney Sweeney throwing up in their mouths. So let's be honest here, okay? They are that fucking weird. This is quite a frame I've caught Shoo on. Okay. This is why people are saying that you're becoming more and more of a right-winger here, Shoo, is because you are just running complete fucking cover for the right here. Complete fucking cover here. Like, there's no other way to basically say this.
Your mouth? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Please don't answer that.
She's right when she says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You actually don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say ICE. It's not that hard of a concept.
You actually don't have to know what you're talking about in order to just say the line. What? You should look into a topic, do your...
I've done my research. I've done my research, Shoo. Shoo, I've done my research. People are making it rather clear that they don't like ICE. Everyone's seen the videos, Shoo. Do we have to play this? Here's Normie Charlie.
You can actually see what looks to be one of the agents disarming him, taking the gun out of its holster, and running away with the gun prior to him being shot.
Nice pistol whip there.
And if that wasn't definitive, there is something even more clear that I think is completely irrefutable for anyone that's actually looking.
If Normie Charlie, after watching a 42-second video, can come to the conclusion of fuck ICE, and that you should be upset with ICE, so can you, Shoe.
Your own research, come to your own conclusion, and form your own opinion on the topic. You should not just blindly, mindlessly say the line.
You know who doesn't do political content? QTCinderella. QTCinderella literally never does political content, and even she's capable of saying f ICE.
That's a very good point there, Zane. No one really needs to do research. It's public knowledge on normie media. Yup. Everyone, broadly speaking, has come to the same conclusion. Well, except for fucking right-wingers, who are all just a bunch of fucking cultists to the Republican Party, to MAGA specifically. And that is fuck ICE.
You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say f ICE.
You don't have to be a political content creator to say the line. All your other friends are saying the line, Emiru. Why are you saying the line, Emiru?
ICE. Okay, but unironically though, f them.
Hi, Cinna.
Straight up. Hey, f them. Yeah, it's f them.
By the way, this is a person directly who has collaborated multiple times with fucking Emiru, and I don't know why the fuck you're playing this clip, Shoe. This directly goes against your fucking point, you dumbass. Cinna barely talks about politics, to my fucking knowledge, at the very least. I've not really seen many of Cinna's political takes in the sort of circles that I sort of hover around, and she has come to the very obvious and easy conclusion in terms of normie media spaces, and that is a fuck ICE. I don't know why you're bringing her up here. This is a direct counter of your fucking point, you dumbass.
Don't care, and if you don't like that I say that, it's f you too. You know what I mean? It's really that easy for me, I'm telling you right now.
There's Emiru's roommate saying the line. Aren't we all proud of her? By the way, where are all her friends?
This is fucking incredible, dude.
Emiru's, Cinna is saying the line, so therefore, we can't just say fuck ICE,
like, literally, this is not very difficult to research into this, Shoe. You just agree with ICE. You seemingly just don't have any problems with ICE because you have a far-right audience that you are appealing to, Shoe. That's the problem that a lot of people are having with you, Shoe. And if all these, like, dipshit fucking moron idiots are saying that this is a reaffirmation of her point, you are completely missing the forest from the fucking goddamn trees.
All of this. Where are all her morally righteous, good guy, big streamer friends while this is all going down? While she's being dragged by half of the internet for doing absolutely nothing wrong. This girl who literally just came out of an allegedly abusive relationship. This girl who literally just got assaulted, grabbed by some freak at a convention. Now this girl is—
True, that's all fucking bad. Doesn't really have any relation whatsoever. Like, let's be honest here, right? Like, you can hold two positions at the same time and say, like, yeah, what happened to Emiru at TwitchCon was bad. What happened to Emiru between her and Miskiff? Obviously fucking bad. Duh, obviously. But you can also still criticize the fucking position that she was having there, man. It's incredible, dude.
Through all of this, I guess it's fine to be silent when your friend is getting dragged by half of the internet, but don't you dare stay silent about current thing. I don't even know this woman, and I'm sticking my neck out for her because it pisses me off seeing this kind of shit happen to people who absolutely do not deserve it. If you're above the age—
No, Shoe, you just agree with fucking right-wing people. Like, you just agree with right-wing people, bro. Like, that's literally it. You just agree with them. Because of, again, the crybullying that you supposedly suffered under during the whole Balenciaga drama. That was really the turning point, honestly, for ShoeOnHead, was the Balenciaga drama.
Age of 18, you should care about politics in your fucking country. You don't get to be like, well, I don't agree with this whole taxes thing, so I'm just not going to pay for it. You can't say, like, well, I'm just not going to care about all this politics stuff.
When someone doesn't have an opinion on a political topic—
By the way, like, what Denims is saying there isn't exactly wrong, right? Again, politics is very dumb, but it's also very important. A lot of decisions, generally speaking, have effects on, everyday people's lives. Shoe, you live in New York. You're lucky that you live in New York. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, you lived in a red state. You had an unwanted fucking pregnancy, and you want to get an abortion. Now, luckily for you, you have a lot of money. You can go to another state, get that abortion, no fucking problem. Most people can't do that, Shoe. And that is politics affecting their everyday fucking lives, Shoe.
Topic, people like you might get a little mad. When someone doesn't pay their taxes, the government comes and arrests them. Okay, so that's the difference between those things.
There's this weird idea in America especially where like you can just be an adult and be like, oh, I don't care about politics. What?
Many people, most people, do not care that much about politics. I know to you and me that's like mind-blowing, that's like unfathomable, because our whole life is politics, our job is politics, like I get it. But most people's lives do not revolve around politics. They do other things other than fight with strangers online. Crazy, I know. But man, do I envy them. I was so much happier before I knew. Sadly, it is getting harder.
No, dude, it's just, okay. Alright, the only reason why you're like this now, Shoe, is purely just because of the fact that you are you think of yourself as a perceived fucking victim of the Balenciaga drama. That's, like, literally it. Like, if you just know any of the basic fucking history, like, terminally online myself, okay? Because I am terminally online. I'll admit to that. Whatever, I don't give a shit. The only reason why you're like this is because the Balenciaga drama and you married a fucking far-right weirdo. That's, like, literally it. And you decided to become a fucking trad wife. That's the only reasoning. That's it. That's why I hate how the right treats politics as just a cudgel to maintain power for them. They just don't give a fuck about the issues. That's true, Boy Meets Minnie, absolutely.
And harder for the average person to not care about politics because politics is seeping into literally everything. Politics will be bending you over and spreading your cheeks and going in dry whether you want it or not. And unfortunately, the people who are I just want to be left alone are the people who are the most fucked by politics. Also, more importantly, Emiru wasn't...
Well, no, the people who say that, generally speaking, are fucking right-wingers who are pretending that they don't give a fuck about politics when in reality they actually give a big fuck about politics. What did you send me here, Zane? What's this? We saw elementary school kids running. I believe this is testimony, if I'm looking at the link. This week, 4th and 5th grade children in Lindenwold, New Jersey, ran for their lives home from the bus stop after school because they spotted ICE. On President's Day, 500 members of Roxbury community gathered to protest against the possible conversion of an industrial warehouse into an ICE concentration camp. Yeah, that's a great point, Boy Meets Minnie. Again, ICE has been consistently kidnapping kids to and from school over and over and over again. Hey, Shoe, what if your fucking goddamn kid was kidnapped by ICE? Well, you don't have to be concerned about that because your kid's white.
Lives from the bus stop home from school because of ICE. And last week we saw somebody that was getting shot at because of ICE in this very town. ICE agents are not good people. They are not law-abiding citizens. Many of them themselves have been exposed as rapists, sex traffickers, child abusers, white beaters. Yep. They are white supremacists. We have seen them with Nazi tattoos. We know that they are members of far-right militias.
They are also have a bunch of criminal convictions. They are all a part of the pardoned people from January 6th as well. A lot of people who have, generally speaking, reoffended and have gone back to jail because of what this individual is specifically mentioning here: sexual assault, wife beating, assault and battery, yada yada yada. These people are fundamentally violent, period, end of story.
The Proud Boys and the Three Percenters, the same militias that were at January.
Yeah, aren't you tired of hearing Nazi? I wonder why. ShoeOnHead might be tired of hearing Nazi.
It's because her fucking husband is far right, that's why.
January 6th at the Capitol. That's why they're comfortable with tear gassing babies, with assaulting kids on school grounds, with raping a woman in their custody for months in exchange for allowing her to see pictures of her children.
Oh, I've brought that one up consistently as an example for as to how abhorrent, how much of a terrorist organization ICE is. Hey, Shoe, you should be paying attention to this stuff, Shoe.
This happens every single day, and it would happen right here in Roxbury if this facility is allowed to go through.
Yep.
So when you say...
And again, this is about an industrial center that's about to be converted into one of these concentration camps.
Say that you're doing everything in your power to prevent this, that you're against this, I don't believe you. There are ordinances that you could be discussing today, that you could be voting on today, that you're not doing. You could start by banning ICE from public property in Roxbury, which Mikey Sherrill has done on the state level, and many other communities are following suit. I have an ordinance prepared for you that has been...
That's a good point there, Zane. After hearing this, Shoe, how hard is it to say, fuck ICE?
Communities that would accomplish this, so who can I hand that to?
Thank you.
Very simple testimony, and trust me, I have gone over myself a bunch of congressional testimony and other city council testimony, specifically talking about the crimes that ICE has been constantly committing. Pretty fucking simple. Hey, Shoe, are you still sure that it's really difficult to say fuck ICE?
wasn't saying that she doesn't care about politics. She was saying she didn't want to talk about politics. I feel like that is a huge difference. I care a lot about, like...
Damn, then she should not have fucking responded to the dipshittery that her fucking head mod sent her. The crazy, I know.
Skincare, but I don't get on here and talk about, like, peptides and collagen to my audience because they don't give a shit. They're here to watch me say feminism is doo-doo and make silly little faces at the camera. Yeah, you like that shit? I hate when grown women don't have a mind of their own. You are 28 years old. Please develop a mind of your own. All she does is pander to anime gooner men. No mind of her own. I never liked Emiru, so finding out she's stupid and doesn't have a mind of her own is nice. The audacity! If she didn't have a mind of her own, she would have mindlessly parroted the shit you want her to say. She would have...
Shoo, you are also mindlessly parroting the shit of your fucking current audience, and that is of right-wing fucking weirdos. This is a two-way street, Shoo. Like, pretty fucking goddamn simple. Whoa, you got married, you had a kid with a fucking far-right Catholic conservative, you became trad as a result of that instead of a fucking bimbo or whatever the fuck bullshit you used to believe in, and as a result, now you are just parroting a bunch of right-wing fucking positions. It's crazy. Like, listen, I don't know how many times this has to be said. ShoeOnHead pretends to be, I don't know, like, on the left, or part of the fucking Democrats, and the Democrats, broadly speaking, of every fucking size and flavor have all said that they want to abolish ICE.
Mindlessly just been like, F ICE. If Emiru came out and was like, actually, I think ICE is doing a fine job, do you think they'd be like, ah, yes, she has a mind of her own? No, absolutely not. They are not angry that she doesn't have an opinion.
No, they would basically be saying, like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. What the hell is wrong with you? Like, why would you say that? Are you just trying to appeal to Asmongold's audience? Because, again, the reason why she had that initial take was to make sure that she doesn't lose Asmongold's audience.
They are angry that she doesn't have their opinion. The absolute audacity to say that this woman doesn't have a mind of her own while thousands of you people swarm her like drones, barking orders at her to say the line. You guys literally operate like the fucking Borg. So what I'm gathering is that Emiru is...
By the way, like, I mean, wait, okay, hold on. Actually, I have something fucking perfect for this, Shoo. Let me get that real quick. Hey, Shoo, that point that I've been consistently bringing up over and over and over again, how this shit is a fucking two-way street... Here's Cinna, who had that fucking clip saying, fuck ICE. I wonder if you're going to be playing this clip. That's a little interesting. Where she said that she was confused why saying, fuck ICE sparked so much backlash after the shooting in Minnesota. And she thought it would be such a lukewarm take. Well, that's a little wrench thrown in your fucking rhetoric there, ShoeOnHead. That's a little interesting. Why don't we take a look?
Bro, by the way, I go on Twitter yesterday. Sidebar. I go on Twitter yesterday, you know, I said the thing that I said, don't care about whatever I said, like fuck ICE or whatever. Thought it was like such a lukewarm take, like nothing burger of a take, because like anybody can say that because it's true. Most people feel that way. Bro, that shit banged on Twitter like 3K likes. Listen, this is like maybe a crazy take, okay? Maybe a crazy take. You, as a viewer, I hope you guys learned this, and maybe I don't need to say this, but it's true though. You don't, as a viewer, need to idolize things that content creators say all the time. Like me saying that should be a lukewarm take that everybody's like, yeah, no shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I don't think it was a crazy take at all. I think it was just like a very normal take. I don't say things.
By the way, exactly the same thing that Emiru was saying, right? The problem is, again, we're talking specifically about ICE here. It is very lukewarm and just normal to say fuck ICE. The only reason why Emiru is not saying fuck ICE is because she doesn't want to upset Asmongold's audience that she has. Because we know her head moderator is an Asmongold mod. We know that she has gotten many fucking raids from fucking Asmongold throughout 2025. For her, the reason why she had the fence-sitting take that she had was for one reason and one reason only. Audience retention. Period. End of story. Cinna does not have as much audience overlap with Asmongold, I would assume. So she can just say, fuck ICE, and just be like, yeah, it's a pretty lukewarm take, and her community will just, broadly speaking, be like, yeah, that is a pretty fucking lukewarm take. But all the fucking 3IQ morons on fucking Twitter will just be like, what are you saying? Fuck ICE! That's cringe, bro! You have to love ICE! When, broadly speaking, the American people have made it very fucking clear. They do not like ICE.
Ever like for the props, and I don't like that like it's like a really big deal. Like you guys are like, oh my god, thank you for her standing up for this, because I'm just telling you how I feel, because I don't think anybody should question how I feel about that, you know. But like I saw people being like, oh my god, like that's okay. I'm like, no, I feel like you just shouldn't have to question how I feel about that, because that's not like, you know, that's not really like a sides thing. That's like a human rights thing. Done. You know, that's like different. Like,
whoa, that's the exact same fucking argument that I have been making, right? Because again, the only reason why this is quote unquote a fucking debate is because The right wants to take away people's civil liberties, including yours, Shoe. That's the fucking problem. There is no debate to be had when we're talking about civil liberties. And this is fucking Cinna who is saying this. Again, someone who's basically the exact same as fucking Emiru. You know, I don't know if she's like a cosplayer, but she's like a normie streamer who also fucking streams on the internet to a large fucking audience and is in, broadly speaking, Emiru's orbit, who is saying the rather simple fucking position. When we're talking about civil liberties, it's not really a debate or an argument that should be had. But unfortunately, it is for the fucking right-wingers because, A, mainstream media and also the First Amendment has made it such that it is allowed to quote-unquote be a debate. Nonsensical, but whatever. One of the biggest RRL streamers, I think, right there with Extra Emily. Thank you, Boy Meets Minnie. Cinna's point is absolutely right here. The idea that civil liberties are up for debate because of problems within the First Amendment, because there are criticisms of the First Amendment, and the media making it such that it is a topic that can be up for debate to make sure that Republicans are allowed to, I don't know, have some form of, not relevance, but some ability to be able to participate within, I don't know, broader sort of discourse, has made it such that, oh, now we can ask a bunch of questions about people's civil liberties because, like I've said before, ICE has been consistently violating not only the First, the Second, the Fourth, but also the Eighth Amendments. Violating civil rights of not only that of illegal migrants, violating the rights of permanent residents, people that are simply going through the right process of the asylum claim system, but also of that of American fucking citizens.
Like, we're not even talking about, like anything, like, I'm talking about a human rights issue, and then we just leave it at that. So it's like, I just feel bad that people take some things I say, and they're like, oh my god, like, thank you for doing this. When I'm like, I think that in general, like, I think anybody could look at that yesterday and be like, yeah, like, that's not okay. Like, and just be done with it, you know? Like, that should be that shouldn't even be an idolized take, that should be a normal take. So I feel kind of bad, because, like, I know it's probably easier for me to just not bring it up, somebody's gonna be like, oh my god, Cinna, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like, I hope that you guys all, I don't ever try to force my opinions on other people or anything like that, but I also don't want anybody to ever, like, overly idolize my opinions, because I'm, at the end of the day, a streamer. You know, I'm a dumbass. Like, I know me, I'm a dumbass. So I never want anybody to idolize my opinions, but I also never want anybody to question where I stand. Does that make sense?
Cinna making it rather fucking clear, I hope, ShoeOnHead. This is a two-way fucking street. Two-way street, Shoe. Just like how you purport that the left is so ridiculously fucking cancel happy, quote-unquote. Guess what? The right is way more fucking cancel happy and will do basically everything possible in order to make sure that you comply with their worldview. You are just deciding to eat up the conservative fucking sloppy toppies.
Is a grown woman who acts like a frail, silly little girl to entertain fat, dirty, incel, Asian fetisher weirdos and is okay with that but draws the line at saying ICE is bad. Emiru and Asmon's audience are the same. Incels love Emiru because she confirms the image of the anime bimbo stereotype that incels worship. She definitely cultivated an audience who, in the end of all things, are reactionary. She appeals to violent racists who fetishize Asian women. What the fuck is this Asian fetish thing? Are they just saying this because she's fucking Asian? Like, I'm trying to find a clip of Emiru saying sucky suck.
I'm gonna be honest here. There is a large faction of far-right people who, yes, do fetishize Asian culture because of the fact that Asian women are sort of seen as inherently humble, petite, demure, and basically not going to question a lot of the takes of the man, right? That's just, yeah, that is a stereotype that exists, that these people specifically fetishize, right? What is being said here is not exactly inaccurate. Now, is Emiru playing into that fetish? Questionable at best.
$5 or something, but it doesn't exist. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not a coincidence that she answered the question this way, and that her fan base consists heavily on Asian fetishes. I don't know where this is coming from. And the woman saying this is literally an OnlyFans, like an Asian OnlyFans model. Like, I'm sorry, are you really the person to be talking about fetishization here? The most insane part of all of this had to be when her ex-boyfriend, her allegedly abusive ex-boyfriend, posted his own guys in the middle of his ex-girlfriend being canceled for not saying that. Like, how?
Okay, I will say that this is very funny, but Miskiv, I think, is the only guy who's grifting to the left. It's very, very it's just very, very funny. I don't think Emiru intends to play into any fetishes, but being that big on the internet, it happens in the audience, sadly. Yeah, like, it's just osmosis, right? Like, it just happens, where they'll just fetishize her because she's a humble, petite, demure, like, Asian woman, right? Like, it just happens. That's just a space, Shoe. That's the internet. You've been on the internet long enough, Shoe. You should fucking know this. Pretending to not know about that is silly.
Petty do you have to be to subtweet your ex like that? Another character involved in all this is former booby streamer Kaceytron.
Hi, Casey.
Whenever Amarath started wearing a cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically. She started wearing the cowboy hat. It's like whenever these Texas girls in like these Austin, Texas streamer circles start wearing cowboy hats, that's whenever you gotta watch out.
A woman in Texas wearing a cowboy hat? Lord, take me out. Take me out back. Behind.
I don't even know, because this is the thing that ShoeOnHead does consistently. She'll always bring up like a take or a post that's very out of context, and there's like a tiny sort of like account that just says this. The only instance, what is the Asian OnlyFans model? I think I know who that is. I think I know who that is. Mostly because I'm fucking terminally online. But the point is not 100% wrong there. But that's just, again, like osmosis of the internet. Because 4chan, okay, we're going back to 4chan. We're going to do some history of internet, which you should know about, Shoe, but you deciding not to talk about this is... I mean, it's very indicative of the fucking audience that you're looking to appeal to right now. But... 4chan has had an obsession with Asian girls constantly before. Specifically speaking, with a lot of, I don't know, not like booby streamers, but like with idols, right? Consistently now, because they are heavily marketed in Japan, blah, 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 blah. And Japan is broadly seen as a patriarchal, very hierarchical, rigid structure society that is like the ideal for a lot of these, well, incels, generally speaking. They fetishize it specifically, right? Because they see the women are being incredibly fucking humble, very demure, not willing to sort of talk back against their husband, and they're very inherently respectful, and they will always be very, very, well, like, deferent to their husbands. When that's not exactly how that works, generally speaking. In Japan, it is a patriarchal structure, but it is more rooted in respect for both aspects of the relationship. Not a one-way street like a lot of these incels, generally speaking, think that it is, right? And a lot of this has been projected throughout, well, a lot of broader internet culture. A lot more people got on social media, it got projected onto more people, and now people see Asian girl on stream or whatever, and they inherently believe that she is going to bend the knee and be the model minority, bend the knee to the patriarchal hierarchy that these people inherently believe in, and they tend to fucking fetishize the Asian woman because of that. Yes, that's also a great point there, Zane. Passport bros. Very often, a lot of passport bros will go to Asian countries, Latin American countries, but slightly different reasonings as to why they go to Latin American countries, but they go specifically to Asian countries because they want to enforce, well, patriarchal, hierarchical standards. That's like, it's literally it.
Find the shed. Put me out of my misery if I ever become this politically brain-rotted. Holy shit.
Like, you know that she probably...
That's very funny coming from you, Shu.
...has, like, weird incels donating her hundreds of dollars. It's because, like, in my opinion, like, it's all a facade to appeal...
Also, like, this has been Casey's sort of, like, thing for a very long time now. Because for a very long time... Because Casey's been around the block, man. She's been here for... She's an OG, okay? Like, 12 years. Like, she started, like, in 2012, okay? Everyone, all the fucking incels were constantly going after her, so it makes sense why she probably does not, like... Wasn't she on Justin TV? I think she was. I wouldn't remember if she was on Justin TV, though, Boy Meets Minnie, because I was mostly watching StarCraft streamers. I know Destiny was on Justin TV, but that's because I've watched, like, literally every fucking StarCraft streamer. Like, you know, Idra, Bomber, fucking... Jadong Flash, when all the Warcraft 3 players also then came over, you know, like Grubby and all of them, right? When they started playing StarCraft 2 and they migrated over. I've watched all those guys. Naniwa, okay? Listen, if you were back in 2010, you would remember all of these names very, very fondly, right? You know, Huck, In Control. All these guys. Rest in peace, In Control. That was like the sort of environment that I remember. Maybe like Kaceytron popped up in my feed every now and again. I don't remember if she was on Justin TV, but she's an OG. She has been here for a long time and has been, generally speaking, getting the same bullshit from all of the, like, because she even streamed through fucking Gamergate, and the same thing fucking happened to her. Incels would always fucking come into her in her chat and just like harass her and be really fucking goddamn annoying. So it makes a lot of sense why she would develop the take of just being fuck incels. Anything they do is inherently dog shit, and completely just fuck these motherfuckers. Also, she's like, she's like not a T streamer, girly pop streamer. That's the fucking goddamn term I'm looking for. Yeah, she's very, very like girly pop adjacent. Does like girly pop shit all the fucking goddamn time. And from what I understand, that sort of environment is generally pretty left leanings, which makes a lot of sense. Why? It's predominantly woman space. A lot of people don't like incels with women, generally speaking. Like, a lot of these people are going to be like the kill all men, fuck men kind of archetype, like misandrous types. A lot of those people are going to be that. Not saying that Kaceytron really agrees with that. I think she has like a husband, right? Like, I don't think Kaceytron agrees with like the misandry sort of stuff, but like, you know, those kind of circles.
The worst type of men, because like really misogynistic, shitty incel like men, they like a woman that doesn't have any opinions. I think that she also plays into how a lot of incels will fetishize Asian women. Her whole platform is just like appealing to.
Now, I don't know if I 100% agree with that. Again, it's just cultural osmosis of the internet, that they're just going to inherently fetishize an Asian woman. That's what it is. And I mean, Emiru has also had problems in the past with stalkers as well, stalking her, who broadly speaking fetishized her. Like, I don't know if she's 100% playing into that, and if it's just like, because if she's playing into that, she's playing into that, or if it's just like general sort of cultural osmosis of the internet, and that's just kind of how it is.
To like the worst fucking men. She's like basically like, she's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
But this fucking pick-me shit, dude, it's gonna be the death of me. Before making this video, I watched a bunch of Emiru stuff, and I saw no signs of like pick-me behavior at all. At least with some streamers or some YouTubers.
I'm just gonna be like, did you watch a lot of that stuff? Given Shue's ability to fucking research particular topics, I have a little doubt on that one.
People could be like, oh, they criticize women, so they're trying to be like one of the good ones, and they're a pick-me. Like, okay, sure, like, that's retarded. We all know that's retarded. But at least I can like kind of see how is Emiru a pick-me? She doesn't even do that shit. Like, where's the pick-me thing coming from? No, really though, what makes her a pick-me and not the booby streamer or OnlyFans models calling her a pick-me? You are literally selling your body for men to consume. If men do not.
Does Kaceytron even do OnlyFans content? Does she do that? I mean, she used to, again, like, push up her fucking boobs a little bit more, like, back during the early days of streaming on Twitch. Like, yeah, she used to do that, and that was, like, a whole controversy, which is, like, whatever, but, like, Yeah, like you're saying, I don't think she plays into it, but also does not to play into it. Yeah, it's cultural osmosis of the internet. Like, she can't help the fact that she's, again, attractive Asian woman. People are going to fetishize her, right? Like, that's like, it is what it is. Like, okay, that's just the internet, right? Like, does Kaceytron do OnlyFans stuff? I'm just curious. I need to look this up. No, you don't see any fan site on her Linktree? Oh, so ShoeOnHead is fucking lying here. Very, very cool. Great, ShoeOnHead. Fantastic. Also, the initial person that she brought up was Amaranth, who is a booby streamer, who is an OnlyFans model. Okay, Shue, whatever.
Do not pick pictures of your ass. You can't pay rent. There's no bigger pick-me on earth than a fucking porn star. And me. I don't care about being called a pick-me. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I'm used to it. I've been called it thousands of times. I'm a 35-year-old married mother. I do not give a shit. I do care, however.
I mean, no, you're called the fuck... Okay. Yes, Amaranth does, like, she decided to do a complete shift. She's a fucking grifter now, right? Like, we've talked about Amaranth before. She's fundamentally incredibly uninteresting. I don't really give a shit about, like, Amaranth's political positions, okay? It's just whatever she can do to appeal to, like, lonely right-wing fucking losers to turn them into, like, OnlyFans payers. That's, like, literally it, okay? That's Amaranth in a nutshell, okay? Very cool. Shue, the only reason why you have decided to do a shift in terms of your politics and in terms of what you believe in is because of the fact that you decided to all base, again, Balenciaga drama. That's pretty much what caused the shift entirely there for ShoeOnHead, and she got fucking criticized there correctly by the left.
When other women are called pick-me for the crime of not following a hive mind. I see it so often in like the VTuber community. Like all these VTuber anime women will be called pick-me's for just saying their opinions. You have to understand, like, to these people, whenever a woman has like an opinion that is not like the corporate HR approved opinion of the week, whenever a woman doesn't toe the line of the current thing, in this case, whenever a woman doesn't say anything, she's called a pick-me. You know, she just must have these opinions for men. No other reason.
I don't understand, like what the fuck are we exactly talking about here? Yeah, there's a bunch of VTubers that are just fucking pick-me's, like, the period, end of story. Like, I can list a couple off of my head. Powder, she's definitely a fucking pick me. Because she just directly appeals to a bunch of, like, right-wing fucking weirdos. I was gonna say, like, Leaflet, but she's not really. I don't think she's a pick me. I think she just genuinely believes that stuff because she's an idiot. No, I don't think Kershey is a pick me either. I think she just genuinely believes that because she's an idiot. I would not say Kersha is that either. I'm not gonna say Straub. I don't think Straub is one of them either. Powder is definitely one. She's a fucking pick me. I'm not 100% like too familiar with a lot of these more like smaller niche VTubers. I'm not a particularly like big expert, but there's a bunch of them that are definitely fucking pick me's. Honestly, like any of the VTubers that had a problem with Bao's take. Yeah, honestly, any of the VTubers who had a problem with Bao's takes are definitely pick me's.
Every woman is secretly a big, progressive feminist. And if they're not, they're just doing it for male attention. Because I'm sure someone who looks like this is really starving for male attention.
And then in my opinion, it's like she's not entertaining whatsoever. She's like, I would literally rather watch paint dry.
So true, because you know what is far more entertaining than a cute, high-energy cosplay streamer reacting to memes? This is way more entertaining. And if you don't agree, you're just like an incel.
I mean, different strokes for different folks. I mean, yeah, Kaceytron doesn't pull as big of numbers, but that's because the audience that she's directly appealing to does not have like a particularly like big market on Twitch. Like, she's a girly pop streamer. She does girly pop fucking content. That's Kaceytron in a fucking nutshell. Yeah, like, that's just not as prominent on, say, Twitch as it is, say, on fucking YouTube. That's just a fact.
Okay, bitch. Eventually, after a few days of being dogpiled by the most annoying people on Earth, Emiru came out with a statement. Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who was hurt or shocked by it. It should go without saying that no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things, and an agency causing fear and suffering deserves zero support. To me, that's not even political. It's basic human empathy. Now, I thought that statement was perfectly fine. My issue with it is, she didn't have to make it. She was basically forced to come out and say her opinion. So did these freaks finally back off once Emiru made her opinion about ICE clear? No. Of course.
Again, like, it doesn't fucking matter. Shoo, like, if anyone who is anti-ICE makes their opinion on the fucking internet really, really clear, and I guarantee you it's gonna happen in this fucking comment section, we're gonna get some of the most fucking schizophrenic, stupid, idiot fucking morons coming in here being like, and it's just like, okay, dude, like, whatever. Like, you're just gonna say a bunch of stupid bullshit. Like, yeah, it's, like, unironic, okay, you know what? We're bringing back the fucking classic. Tyler Nicknam, fucking, Trainwrecks, this is a Squad W moment. This is a double standard. Squad fucking W. Squad W. Squad W, boys. Get your fucking Squad W's in chat.
Of course not. Nazi response. TLDR, go f yourself and your PR apology. And there it is. Of fucking course she's another dumb Girl, we are not as dumb as you look. You're still a racist chud, but continue to enjoy the money you get from your incel audience because they're disgusting, just like you. All I hear is, I support Israel and my name is Emiru. Wait, what? Where the f did Israel come from? What? I don't like to talk about politics equals I'm a
Oh my god, whoa, we're fucking getting random fucking dipshits on the internet. I wonder why specifically ShoeOnHead is showing the likes of these guys and not the likes of all the other people that she just randomly decided to pull here. Curious, isn't it?
Nazi, and I'm ashamed of my opinions. Everyone knows what's up. She's a fascist in disguise and is squirming. Emiru, you are garbage Nazi-loving You got orange around your mouth. Say F you, Asmongold. If you're neutral, oh wait, if you're neutral, you might as well say you're MAGA. Stand for something, ho. That's what Trump wants, for everyone to be quiet about it. The idea of get off the internet is so fucking ignorant. This dumb needs to shut her fucking mouth. Thank God her down-
Wait, no, the initial part of that take is actually fucking correct. Yeah. Trump does not want people aware of his fucking crimes and his actions and wants people to be apathetic and fucking complacent. Period. End of story. You actually want the exact same thing here, Shoo. The first part of that take is completely correct. The rest of it is pretty fucking irrelevant. Like, who cares? But yeah, that's exactly what Trump wants. He wants people to be apathetic, so then the pill of the corporate takeover becomes much easier to swallow. Which you seem to be okay with.
I've been hating on her since day one and knew something was off about her. Not a good statement. She implicitly disavowed ICE, but not so much the actual Trump admin. Yeah, you disavowed ICE, but what about the whole Trump administration? They're like literally the mouse from If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. I was like reading that book to my toddler the other day and I was like, oh my god, this is literally Twitter. You cannot give them an inch, dude. Of course our incel fans.
I mean, we can't give people like you an inch either there, buddy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I said before, with the fucking Cinna take, where she was talking about this. Again, this motherfucking shit is a two-way street. You may want to look in the fucking mirror there, Shoo.
Swooping in to protect a poor little 28-year-old. Ah yes, incels! Known for defending women online. What? What the f does the word incel even mean anymore? Does it just mean man now?
Well, I'm gonna be quite honest, Shu. A lot of, like, fascists and incels, broadly speaking, like any other fucking goddamn fascist, will always have, like, inherently fucking contradictory takes. It's always inherently fucking contradictory. I thought you knew about this, Shu, because you purport to be on the left. But okay, like, whatever. Yeah, that's a really good point there, Boy Meets Mini. Yeah, Cinna did make this way less of a deal than Shu is.
It means man. Man I do not like. I had no idea this was a thing until yesterday. How come no one told me Emiru low-key a feminist?
Yes, that's a good... Again, Zane, you're right on the money. People are mad because she was silent, and we know why she was silent. Silence is cooperation. Exactly. Because, again, what the Donald Trump administration, and you also seemingly want, Shu, is for all of these people who are rightfully so upset about ICE to be silent, because that would mean that they are complicit. Because you yourself are also fucking complicit with the current administration. Like you yourself has said, I don't want to really abolish ICE. I'm a 35-year-old woman with a fucking kid. Give the police fucking tanks now. Like, okay, bro. Like, nice meme. But Daho, she's just engaging in a little bit of hyperbole. Is it really hyperbole when the police have gotten a bunch of old military equipment as a byproduct of the fucking war on terror? I'm just saying.
Femcel! Emiru's a femcel! Oh my do people just not know what words mean anymore? How are they coming to these conclusions? I mean, have you looked at her? I mean, look at her. Look at her. Just look at her. Look at her. Yeah, sorry, I don't see it. I think you guys just might be mentally ill. We need to do something about these male
I think you might also be mentally ill on this one, fucking ShoeOnHead. We're all a little fucking mentally ill, okay? The economy sucks. Everything is too expensive. Everyone's fucking depressed. No one can get fucking healthcare. Therapy is, like, basically impossible to have now. Like, everyone's fucking mentally ill, okay, buddy? Like, you're the one who's going over, like, random fucking Twitter takes and trying to impose, like, dumbass fucking double standards consistently, Shu. Like, okay, man. Sure, dude.
Centered women. Okay, first of all, nothing is more male-centered than centering your life around hating men. Men just live rent-free in your fucking head. Take it up with God, go to therapy, do literally anything else than make it our problem. F her, and especially her bestie Asmongold. I hope they get kirked. 30-year-old woman too scared to say f ICE to keep her incel audience happy. Let's hope she gets abused again. Couldn't happen to a better person. Next time this cunt is assaulted, I'm gonna laugh and laugh. F her and f ICE and f you if you support this cunt. Emiru deserved what Miss Gift did to her.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. These are pretty bad takes. I'm gonna be honest. But it's understandable that people are really fucking mad. Like, yeah, like, these takes, unhinged. Don't disagree with that. But again, people are pretty fucking pissed, man. Like, I don't know how many times this needs to be fucking brought up. Again, oh, the people on the left really want to abolish ICE. Broadly speaking, most Americans agree that ICE is really bad. They don't like ICE a lot. Like, it's not like, again, the moderate position is now to just say, fuck ICE. The broadly speaking, the popular position is to just say, fuck ICE. When people like Normie Streamer, fucking MoistCritikal, Charlie over here, made 2 videos, one of them making fun of Kristi No, and the other one saying what the government did to Alex Preddy is unironically fucking insane and should make you very angry. It makes it really, really, really rather clear that there may be a little bit of a cultural shift going on, Shu.
Emiru for supporting ICE. I genuinely hope this bitch gets... Oh, okay. I reported that one. Holy shit. What is wrong with these people? See, you don't understand. I'm good guy, which makes...
Yeah, but you're not going to report any of the fucking takes specifically about all the people saying that Renee Nicole Good got what's coming to her? Or got what was coming to her? You're not going to report any of those. Again, this is the problem. Like, Squad W. Like, Squad fucking W, dude. Like, Tyler Nicknam was always correct. Double fucking standards. There are no standards here. It doesn't matter with someone like fucking ShoeOnHead because, again, she's just married to, like, a far-right weirdo and has started adopting a bunch more far-right fucking weirdo takes as a result of that. That's literally it.
Makes it okay for me to say f***ed up things about bad guy. You think saying that to someone is f***ed up? Well, you should be abused too, because you're probably also bad guy. It's called being on the right side of history, Chud. Look it up. Nazis deserve death, and silence is compliance. May I just remind the audience that this is what she said.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to get off the internet.
Ladies and gentlemen, a Nazi that deserves death. What? After making...
Again, like... Yeah, people are engaging on hyperbole on the fucking internet. That's a thing that happens all the time, Shu. But see, here's the thing. When the right-wingers generally say... that a lot of the people that they say deserve death should die, they're being rather fucking serious about that one, buddy. Like, come on, bro. Come on. Yeah, that's not the same as legit criticism. Like, this is fucking nonsense. But this is the thing that Shoe does all the fucking time. She'll just take, like, random takes of, like, insane random weirdos on the internet and just say, like, oh, let me fucking, broadly speaking, generalize all of the fucking takes here. This is what all of the left fucking thinks. It's like, most of the left didn't fucking really engage with this. It's just mostly, like, terminally online fucking people. Like, that's literally it.
In her terrible statement full of lies, Emiru decided to follow right-wing grifter ShoeOnHead. Of course Emiru is now following a fellow pathetic pickme for being quiet about ICE. They both don't want to piss off their 100% right-wing gooner fanbase. For the record, my fanbase is probably like 70% right-wing and 80% gooner. Okay, but for some reason, they didn't mind when I came out and harshly criticized ICE in my last—
Why would you admit that your audience is 70% right-wing? Like, why would you fucking say that, Shoe? That just confirms everything that I've been saying consistently. Oh, yeah, the only reason why you adopted the positions that you're taking right now is because of the Balenciaga drama, and you decided to fucking appeal to right-wingers because all the fucking left-wingers, because of the Balenciaga drama that you decided to engage in rather idiotically, that sensationalization, there we go, fucking say that 5 times fast, made it such that you decided to pivot more to a right-wing fucking audience, and guess what? You decided to adopt a bunch more right-wing leaning positions because you fucking married a far-right Catholic nationalist weirdo. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's just a prescription. That's easy. That's the easiest fucking call of life, Shoe. But, you know what? Meh. For someone like ShoeOnHead, we gotta talk about how the left is just being so fucking insane. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's nonsensical. It's incredibly fucking dishonest on purpose.
Last video. Yes, I'm disagreed, but for the most part, they didn't care. As long as you aren't preaching from an ivory tower with no nuance, rhyme, or reason, people don't care. I'll say some shit like, we should decommodify housing, and the right-wingers in my audience are just like, okay, commie mommy. These people cannot fathom a universe where people just disagree. Oh, you're just scared. You don't want to upset your chud audience. I upset my chud audience every goddamn day. You're the ones terrified.
I don't believe her. We took a look at where she was talking about what ICE did. I didn't really see much disagreement in there. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see much. I took a look through that fucking comment section. Did I see the entirety of the fucking comment section? Do I really want to take a look through the entirety of a fucking comment section of a big-ass ShoeOnHead video? I don't necessarily think so. But most of the fucking top comments and most of the people engaging with that fucking video was not really people disagreeing with the fucking ICE take. Like, no one really gave a fuck about that, generally speaking. Like, it's really fucking stupid. Yeah, like they're saying, it's like, I generally don't give a fuck about Emiru or takes, but I understand why people are mad. Yeah, because it's a scary time right now, and there's a bunch of ICE Gestapo freaks going around and just randomly fucking kidnapping people, so people are scared, they are upset, they are angry, rightfully so.
Of your own fucking cult. God forbid you only agree with 99% of the hive mind approved opinions. God have mercy on—
That's, again, double standards, squad W, double standards, bro. You currently have you literally admitted yourself that your audience is like 70% fucking right-wingers. Okay, bro. Nice meme.
On your soul, I do not envy you. Once you bend the knee to these people, once you apologize or capitulate, it's over. These people don't actually want an apology. They want to humiliate you. They want to drag you down. At the end of the day, they have found a—
We can say the exact same thing, by the way, for what ShoeOnHead is saying specifically with, like, right-wingers as well. Like, exact same thing. The right-wingers want you to basically be forced to stay in compliance with all of their takes. Period, end of story. That's exactly what they want, because they just believe that they are inherently fucking correct, and that if anyone who dares or deign to criticize any of their positions, they will come into your comments section, they'll be dishonest with your positions, they'll not care about engaging, whatever. Yeah, cancel culture for me, but not for thee. Like, that's literally it, Zane. These people have no fucking standards. They are all inherently fucking liars. Period, end of story. They are not honest actors. There's no point in debating with any of these people. The only thing that you can do is just insult them and call them stupid and tell them to, I don't know, be socially ostracized. Because, again, we're going to pull up the fucking Jean-Paul Sartre fucking quote, okay? Because it applies to both, like, fascists and anti-Semites, right? The exact same sort of a basic position of what Jean-Paul Sartre said always fucking applies. But here, real fucking goddamn quick. Never believe that anti-Semites are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. Again, we can interchange anti-Semites with fascists, with right-wingers, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be anti-Semites. The term, He was specifically talking about anti-Semitism because he was, broadly speaking, a very anti-fascist fucking advocate through his life. They know that their remarks are frivolous, open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves, for it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words. The anti-Semites have the right to play. They even like to play with discourse, for by giving ridiculous reasons, they discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors. They delight in acting in bad faith, since they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert. Hey, Shoe, are you feeling rather intimidated or dis-fucking-concerted, potentially? I wonder why you currently hold the opinions that you hold right now. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent, loftily indicating by some phrase that the time for argument is past. Well, if the time for argument has, generally speaking, passed, that's when they've taken power for themselves, and guess what? Your neck is now on the chopping block.
Socially acceptable way to bully people. That's what this is. A lot of people in response to Emiru's statement were like, why did you apologize to the mob? You know, you bent the knee, you're a coward. And honestly, people don't realize how insane it can get. These people, the cult of the crybully, they come in swarms, they get in your head, they prey on your empathy, they isolate you from your friends, they make you feel like a terrible person for having milquetoast normal ass opinions, or in this case, no opinion.
Didn't Emiru recently just do a collab with like Cinna and a bunch of other like really big fucking streamers? I don't think she's isolated from her fucking friend group, right? Unless you think her only friend is fucking Asmongold. Because keep in mind, also in that take, you want to know what she also did? And ShoeOnHead's not talking about this specifically. She disavowed the behavior of Valkyrae and Tectone, people who were formerly a part of her fucking friend group, Shoe. So is she really feeling isolated from her general friend group? Like, she literally did a collab with a bunch of big streamers, like, not that fucking long ago. Like, let me actually fucking get that. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hey, Shoe, I thought Emiru was fucking isolated from her friend groups. Here's her going to a club and having fun with friends of hers at a fucking club. Whoa, crazy. Meanwhile, this person's, like, just being the fucking fun police for some reason. Whatever, who cares? Here's her at the fucking Streamer Awards. Guess who wasn't invited to this specifically? Oh, Asmongold, because he's a piece of shit. Whoa, wild, crazy. Here's her, just today, doing a fucking collab with another big streamer, an MP. Oh, crazy. And I guess this fucking paper towel caught on fire and she put out a fire. 2 claps, she put out a fire. Good job. Damn, I thought Emiru was being isolated here, Shoe. Huh, I guess not.
And when you are someone who is not used to dealing with these types of people, or you are someone in like a vulnerable state of mind, it is very easy for these cult-like tactics to work. This shit works especially well with—
Okay, bro. Yeah, totally. Oh yeah, but this is totally something that doesn't happen on the right either. Okay, Shoe. Like, again, it's the same thing that Vaush has been consistently, because his prescription on ShoeOnHead's pivot is completely correct. She will be hyper fastidious in her criticisms of the fucking left, but basically just allow the right to basically be able to get away with anything. And you have been around them for so long, so long. Let me see if I can actually find the fucking clip. But since you've been around them for so long, they're picking up on this, and they're noticing, and they're basically saying like, oh, you know what? Actually, ShoeOnHead might be one of the good ones. Actually, let me see if I can find that clip specifically. This is the specific clip I was looking for. Of Vaush pretty much clocking Shoe right on the head, right around the time of the Balenciaga drama. That shit was fucking 3 goddamn years ago. And guess what? Oh, it's only gone fucking worse and worse and worse. I'm just gonna play the clip in its entirety. Because guess what? This was the turning point specifically for ShoeOnHead.
It. I helped get the word out about this Balenciaga thing, and even the brand itself had to admit it was creepy and is now doing an investigation into it. I don't care if you yourself don't want to talk about this stuff. I don't care. You do you, I will do me. But all I ask is that you stay out of my way when I am doing me. And just know that I am not sorry, I did nothing wrong, and I will do it again. Goodbye.
Incredibly narcissistic, by the way. But again, double standards from Shoe. Whoa, who would have thought?
Hello, everyone.
This is a disgusting video. Nah, it's genuinely disgusting.
I've seen that video as well. It was fucking dog shit. It's just a terrible video. It's the exact same fucking shit. Basically, ShoeOnHead, during the whole time, decided not to take any responsibility for any of her fucking actions. She has a big platform. She knows that she has power with that fucking platform. Doesn't give much of a flying fuck about the responsibility that comes with the giant platform that she has. Just like every other right-winger, just wholeheartedly incapable of taking any fucking responsibility for her actions.
Disgusting. I can only regard it with malice. This entire video is framed as a from the left enabling of the moral panic that she was accused of enabling to begin with. Okay, let me sum this all up. At the end of the day, if you are a public figure, you are responsible for the outcomes of your behavior. Everyone acknowledges this. Anyone who disagrees is psychotic. I'm going to stop playing nice with this, okay?
Yep.
Shue, if you believe that you should only be held accountable for the intentions of your behavior, you're a child. And frankly, you shouldn't even be online. In real life, with real people, when we talk, act, behave in any way, we are accountable not just for our intentions, but for what we do. If we intend something but do something else, this might not always mean we're in the wrong, but we do need to acknowledge it. This video fails to even acknowledge the central premise, the fundamental thing that people are criticizing you for, the fact that this country is currently wrestling with the potential of an undemocratic future that I know you are aware of the potential of because I am friends with you and I've spoken to you. You are aware of the fact that we are currently experiencing the most...
Hey Shue, we are currently in that undemocratic future that you should have been made aware of, but you seem to be totally fucking okay with it.
Vitriolic wave of anti-queer legislation and sentimentality, yet seen...
Which has only gotten worse, by the way.
In spite of all of this, you cannot even muster an acknowledgement of what people are actually mad at you for. The pretense that they are angry with you for going after Balenciaga is dishonesty on your part. It is a lie, and you know it is a lie, and you are lying deliberately, even if you pretend not to. You know why they're mad. It is not because of what...
Just like with all the shit that she's specifically saying here, and again, all the stuff that she's not mentioning specifically about Emiru. She's being fucking dishonest and is basically putting up a bunch of double standards for, as she said herself, and she fucking admitted, her 70% right-winger audience.
What you said, it is because of what it led to in your subsequent behavior. One of the reasons I've been so hesitant to criticize you for this is because I had difficulty really getting angry with you for the initial tweets. You do a lot of objectionable shit. I don't know why Shue is so insistent on palling around with far-right people. I mean, I don't like to criticize people.
By the way, this was only 3 years ago. And she was pretty bad 3 years ago as well. Trust me, I remember. She's only gone fucking worse because more and more right-wingers have decided to pal around with her, as Vaush is going to get into.
People for their personal choices, but at the very least, she definitely has a habit of fraternizing with them. Taking photos with Blake Masters. There are a lot of people on the far right who she seems to find, funny little playthings, good people to have around, wacky, interesting. Well, they feel the same way about you, Shue. And in the same way that you used to be friends with Lauren Southern and Blair White until suddenly you very much were not because it was no longer politically expedient for them to associate with you, the far right now considers you useful. Because you are. Because not only will you post something that enables their moral panic, again, we all make mistakes, but you will then go to reaffirm their moral panic in what is, let's be clear, a video that exists to do nothing other than defend your ego and further stigmatize the left, to frame them as defenders of Balenciaga, as unwilling to call out pedophilia. It's so curious how all of your condemnations seem to just weirdly avoid making the right angry, especially when their eyes are on you. I have no idea.
This entirety of the video does everything possible to avoid making the right angry, which, by the way, again, with Emiru's initial sort of situation, or not situation, but initial fucking take, was all about avoiding making the right fucking angry. Again, whoa, it's almost as if he's a prophet.
No idea what kept you from acknowledging the far-right reaction to the tweets of pretending that people like Zan were themselves making up the association with queer people, as though there wasn't, people with tens of thousands of likes in your replies directly making that connotation. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know what else would motivate that. I have no idea why you would take a look at all of this and genuinely fully believe that...
Pedro Gonzalez, by the way, that is the name specifically of one of the far-right people that she was fraternizing around. And Vaush, I believe, did a segment on him on Fox News where he was doing the whole idiotic fucking moral panic shit over the fucking Balenciaga stuff. And guess what? ShoeOnHead, first name basis with this far-right fucking weirdo.
With your power, your priority here was going after the people who are on the target lists of the people who were affirmatively responding to your tweets. I don't know why you didn't reply to those tweets with something else saying, like, why are the far right so agitated about this? These are like billionaires. You should tax them, moral them out. I have no idea why you spent this entire video constructing a narrative in which you are the victim of some kind of protracted left effort to silence pedophiles, as though the left has not been calling people like Matt Walsh a pedophile more loudly than they have ever said anything about anything. Like, you really think the left has an issue with going after pedophiles? Do you seriously, genuinely believe that's a thing that's happening? I don't know why you would frame the whole cuties thing as though like a bunch of liberals came out to defend it, but somehow ignore like a hundreds of thousands of sub YouTuber Sneeko. I actually do. I actually do. I can't believe I've been ignoring it. It's because you're f***ing lazy. It's because you get your info from the people you spend time with, and you spend time with the people who don't criticize you. And the far...
Wow. Pretty fucking clear, isn't it, Shue?
With women in particular, not to be sexist, but it's just true. Honestly, now that I think about it, the only people who are immune to this are, like, autistic people. I swear to God, people on the spectrum are immune to the crybully tactics. What happened is Emiru just saw, like, a shit ton of people who were mad at her, and she wanted to do the correct thing. Unfortunately, this is just gonna make it worse. And they're moving on to one of their favorite tactics.
The big question in everyone's mind is, well, are you still friends with Asmongold?
While it is appreciated that you are taking a stand and clarifying the clip, you do continue to be vague about how deep your associations with Asmon are. So hopefully you've cut ties with that hate-mongering Nazi troll Asmon, right? Glad you made this and owned up to it, but you're still friends with Asmon.
I don't know how many times this needs to be said, fucking Shue. She has other friends besides fucking Asmongold, dude.
Gold, so it doesn't read as earnest. Almost a decent explanation. But the elephant in the room is that your friendship with Asmongold is holding this back from seeming sincere. Okay, now what about your best friend Asmongold? Denounce Asmon or I'm not taking this seriously. You're friends with Asmold. Asmold?
I'm pretty sure she's still friends with Asmongold.
Now whatever you think of Asmongold, he is friends with Emiru. They are friends, even though they disagree with each other. Crazy, right?
I literally said, like, I don't agree with the things he says. Like, what do y'all want me to do? Like, fucking shoot him on stream?
Okay.
Yes, that is what they want you to do. Yes. Around 2018,
I mean, considering the fact that fucking goddamn, like, Asmongold is probably the predominant force for as to why every fucking platform is seemingly getting worse and worse and worse. I'm not saying to fucking shoot him on stream. That's fucking ridiculous, right? But he should be fucking socially ostracized. I have no problem, unironically, with advocating for the deplatforming of fucking Asmongold. Period. End of story. He should be fucking deplatformed. The correct position is for him to be deplatformed. He, unironically, is a nexus point of more and more annoying dumbfuck right-wing creators creating more and more fucking goddamn idiotic slop that more and more dipshits keep adopting and just inherently fucking defending. Period. End of story. The correct take is to just deplatform him. Period. End of story. Like, yeah, Asmon is a massive reason for as to why, like, streaming is just so fucking off-putting now. It's because it's all just slop, and he is just making a ton of it.
Facing nearly daily harassment for being friends with someone who was on the right. Hundreds of people were on my ass like every day. They were calling my job. They got emails of my family members. It was like non-stop. Now this person was a good friend of mine, but in order to get all these people off my back, I did probably the cringiest thing ever, and I publicly disavowed her. Publicly disavowed a friend of mine over political differences. Now for those of you who are new here,
I'm gonna guess that's Lauren Southern, right? Lauren Southern, who unironically went on a ship in order to shoot flares at fucking migrants, Shue, who has had material fucking consequences to what she has done. But okay, Shue, whatever.
here, that sounds like something I would never do, but I did it. I bent the knee to a faceless mob of people who hate me. And in return, I received nothing. The harassment didn't stop, the hate didn't stop. Well, needless to say, karma is real, and the same thing happened to me years later. I was publicly disavowed by friends over political differences. This story ultimately does have a good ending. Me and my friend from 2018...
I mean, again, like, Lauren Southern, unironically, has committed acts of terrorism on refugees. I think she's also been friends with Blair White as well in the past, as Vaush mentioned himself. Again, the Vaush clip is perfect fucking summary. And again, the only reason why she did this pivot is just because of the Balenciaga stuff. That's it. That's the nexus point for all of this. It's all Balenciaga and the fact that she married a fucking far-right weirdo. That's it. And interacts with far-right weirdos all the fucking goddamn time. And they think of her as fucking useful, which they do. But eventually, like any other tool that the far-right deems unnecessary, you will also be discarded. Same shit happened with Charlie Kirk. Same fucking shit has been done with, like, Dave Rubin. All these people, they are tools that have been used and have been discarded. So many fucking right-wingers. So many fucking right-wingers have discarded a ton of their fucking content creators when their use is gone. And guess what? Eventually, you'll be discarded as well, Shue. At some point, it will happen.
We made up years ago, but looking back on all this in 2026 is extremely embarrassing. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have just told those people to go fuck themselves. But in the moment, it's incredibly stressful, and you just kind of want it all to stop. And you will do whatever you can to make it stop. So I understand why Emiru came out and made a statement. I just really hope she doesn't wind up disavowing friends over political differences like I did.
I don't think she's disavowing friends. I don't think she's disavowing friends. I don't think she's disavowing friends. Like, again, like, her friends aren't fucking socially isolating her. Like, no one socially isolated her. She literally did a fucking goddamn, like, recent collab with fucking Cinna and Valkyrae. Like, not even that long ago, dude. Like, no one disavowed her. Like, it's just stupid, man. Complete projection here by Shue.
was a huge mistake, and it is not worth it, because you're going to find yourself surrounded by people who see you as a temporary ally and not a real friend. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a never apologize person. You should apologize if you actually do something wrong, if you actually wronged someone, but you shouldn't apologize.
That's hilarious coming from you, Shue, who unironically had a hand to play in starting a moral panic about Balenciaga 3 years ago, and never fucking apologized for any of your actions in a video response where you reaffirmed your own narcissistic fucking positions. Never fucking apologized. In-fucking credible.
To like a nebulous, faceless mob of people while facing down a barrel of a gun. There is nothing that she could say and no amount of money she could donate that could convince me she's not a soulless ghoul like all the men she's happily surrounded herself with for years. There is nothing you can ever do to please these people, so why bother? They will not be happy until you kill yourself, and even then they will dance on your grave. And I know, like, with everything going on right now, like, is this really a video about cancel?
I don't know how many times this has to be said about, like, fucking right-wingers, dude. Like, again, this is... Shoot, like, the culture that you're currently criticizing was not built up by the left and cancel-happy mobs on the fucking left. This was always intended by Gamergate. Gamergaters did this shit all the time to Zoe Quinn. Did this shit all the time to Anita Sarkeesian. Which you fucking criticized. Who? Zoe Quinn and Anita Sarkeesian back in those days, because they had some fucking takes that decided to get out of the orbit that we were a part of. You had also a hand in helping to build the current social media environment that we find ourselves under, Shue. But you don't want to accept any responsibility for that now, do you? Because it might make some of those far-right fans and some of those far-righters that you have associations with a little upset.
Cancel culture in 2026, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. First of all, you should expect that. You clicked on a ShoeOnHead video. But second of all, yeah, I feel like this is kind of important to talk about. I feel like this type of thing is part of the reason we are where we are right now. This type of stuff drives people away from the left, and more importantly than that, it's just evil. I saw some leftists covering Emiru being canceled, and they were like, the cultural shift is here. Woke 2.0, we don't play around, we're mean now. Woke 2.0? Because Woke 1.0 worked out so well for you guys in the country, right? You're supposed to learn from your mistakes.
Dude, I don't... Okay, Jesus Christ. It's a fundamental, misunderstanding of why the failures of fucking Woke 1 happened. It's because it was cynically weaponized by the Democrats in order to just only care about getting votes. Like, that's literally it. That's why Woke 1.0 failed, right? Because when the Democrats gained power, they didn't seize on any of the fucking momentum there. They just let it fucking dissipate and die out. That's it. By, going along with all of the fucking right-wingers fucking talking points and culture war fucking nonsense. Again, why the fuck did deportation start becoming more and more popular? Because the Democrats didn't offer an effective counter-narrative to any of the lies the Republicans were fucking spewing out, Shue.
Not double down and get worse. I don't know how you can look at the last 10 years and be like, we have got to get more annoying. Like, what are you doing? Attacking normie streamers for not wanting to be involved in political discourse? Also, I feel like this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say that.
Yet no one fucking attacked Cinna for any of her takes. Actually, you want to know who mostly attacked Cinna? Oh, it was right-wingers. You want to know who attacked QTCinderella for those fuck ice stickers? Oh, Asmongold, the biggest fucking right-wing streamer on the fucking goddamn platform.
Anyway, I'm not smearing, like, the left as a whole, okay? This isn't Fox News. This isn't the Nuxanor channel. I'm well aware there are plenty of...
Oh, is that so? Is that so, Shue? Because your audience is not going to interpret this that way. Bull fucking shit. Like, it's... Bullshit! Bullshit. This is the standard thing that you do all the time. You take random takes and you extrapolate it to a bunch of other people on the left. Because your fucking goddamn audience is not going to critically think enough in order to be able to understand that this is not supposed to be a criticism of the entirety of the left. Yeah, okay, Shue, totally. I really do believe that. Bull fucking shit. Bullshit. Not an extrapolation to the entirety of the left. Yet you do this consistently in your content all the fucking time. You will take tiny little fucking accounts with barely any likes, barely any traction, barely any attention, and blow it up into something that it is not.
Of left-wing people, especially in my audience, who feel the same way I do. I'm talking about a certain faction of the...
I don't believe it, by the way.
I was about to say it's like a loud minority, but I don't even think it's a minority anymore. I think it's like a majority. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only ones, like, holding down the fort. Like,
I wonder why it's a fucking majority. Like, I mean, like, who even knows if this, like, quote-unquote new cancel-happy Woke 2.0 fucking mob is even, like, real, like, to be quite honest. Like, oh, people are criticizing all the dipshittery that all the fucking right-wingers are basically saying because there's not going to be any consequences for any of these people because all the right-wingers own the goddamn social media platform, so they're not going to be facing any consequences for the inherently abhorrent fucking shit that they keep saying. But again, Shue, the American people have made it rather clear. They really despise the shit that ICE and the Trump administration, generally speaking, is doing. And they also despise a lot of the fucking bullshit that the right-wingers fucking push for.
Me and Anna Kasparian, and every day I'm called a right-wing grifter for being like, hey, maybe we can focus on the issues that like actually affect...
Anna Kasparian, like, unironically said, yeah, I was wrong for basically whitewashing Trump and being a fucking grifter. Okay, bro. Yeah, dude, that's a good point there, Zane. Damn, people don't like authoritarian regime doing bullshit. Crazy, I know, it's wild.
The working class, you know, things that actually help people, not stupid fucking shit like going after e-girl cosplay streamers. Like, can we just get back to the fact that we are all being ruled by satanic billionaire pedophiles who may or may not be eating children, please? Thank you. In conclusion, Emiru did nothing.
Again, no one fucking, like, no one's ignoring that shoe. Like, everyone constantly goes after the fact that Trump is doing everything possible to cover up the fucking Epstein files. Stupid.
Wrong. People are tired of having politics shoved down their throat, and you don't need to speak about things you don't want to speak about. You don't have to do that. You don't have to say the line, actually. This is mass psychosis, rivaling on 2020. These people are trying to socially ostracize this woman for not putting like a black square on her Instagram. They're just mad at Emiru for not doing like the ice bucket challenge or some shit. Like that's basically what is happening here. If you are going to streamers for political information, you are cooked. If you are going to ShoeOnHead for political information, you are deep fried. So that was that little video. If you like my
dog shit fucking video, but I expect no less from fucking ShoeOnHead. Double standards, not taking any responsibility for any of her actions, and basically just saying, the left is inherently fucking wrong. Why? Because, fuck the left, I don't give a shit, blah, 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 blah. Even in that fucking little blurb, bullshit. Like, you're taking a bunch of, like, little fucking tiny accounts who are having criticisms of Emiru. A lot of them, bad criticisms, sure, we can fucking admit that, definitely for sure. But, like, a lot of people are scared for good fucking reasons, and they don't like the fact that the authoritarian regime is doing fucking bullshit that you don't want to acknowledge is an obviously fucking authoritarian regime because, like you yourself said, ShoeOnHead, your audience is filled with 70% of supporters of the current regime that is in power right now. It is as the horseman himself said, the far-right people now see you as useful. They see you as a fucking useful tool in order to help push their propaganda, moral panics, and fucking bullshit. Because you have been a useful tool to them. But here's the problem, Shoe. One day, you're gonna get fucking discarded. And when that day comes, you're going to feel incredibly socially ostracized and isolated yourself when you inevitably get discarded by the fucking right-wingers. And it's going to happen eventually. Because it always fucking happens with these people. Countless amounts of fucking right-wingers, streamers, influencers, content creators have all been inherently discarded because they were not willing to parrot the exact same fucking nonsense that they also fucking believe in. And it'll happen eventually to you. At some point. When is that going to happen? We can speculate. Yeah, that's a great point there, Boy Meets Minnie. Just pearly things, completely fucking irrelevant. And she used to be quite fucking big. Now, completely dead in the water. Wholeheartedly fucking irrelevant. And that is eventually going to happen to you at some point, Shoe. Because it always happens. Like Lauren Southern, irrelevant. No one gives a fuck about Lauren Southern. And she used to be fucking gigantic. Blair White, irrelevant. She doesn't fucking matter anymore. Doesn't matter. Like, a ton of these, like, further right women content creators have all inherently been made completely and utterly irrelevant because eventually they would stop parroting all of the points that the right-wingers would always fucking obsess over. And that's eventually going to happen to you, ShoeOnHead, and you will be completely and utterly socially ostracized not only from the left, but also from the right. And then you're going to also be completely dead in the water. But will ShoeOnHead recognize any of this? Absolutely the fuck not. Don't think there's really anything else to say besides that.